everyone, it's Nicole, other known as 334 Bama Girl here in YT, and welcome to Affordable Style. This video is actually going to be, I guess, a DIY video or how-to video. With the holidays being upon us so quickly, I thought I would share with you guys how I decorate a tree for Christmas. So I guess you can call this a, how to decorate a tree 101. I know that a lot of people work, and some people probably have already put their tree up, because I know a lot of people like to do it Thanksgiving evening or the day after Thanksgiving, but there are some who are, slow to the draw, so to speak. But if you like work, like I was saying, or you don't have a whole lot of time, I guess this video will kind of help you. So anyway, I'm going to show you how I decorate my tree. I actually put up several trees because I like trees. I just do. Love Christmas, love decorating, so hey. Anyway, if you want to see how I do it, stay tuned. Bye. Okay, everybody, I am in my den, and I have the 3 trees that I'm actually going to have in my den already put together, and Lord knows it was a struggle. I lost as you can see, the feet to this 3rd tree right here, so I actually had to take one off of a white tree that I have and use that as a base. Well, anyway, I don't use live trees because where you have to put live trees, you can't have a vent, or where I have to put my tree, there's a vent. So with real trees, you don't want to put them around vents, which there is the vent right there in my ceiling, and that helps to dry out the natural trees. So I'm going to use artificial trees, and to me they're easier because you don't have to worry about pine needles and watering and all that good stuff. But if you choose to, that's fine. This concept for decorating works with all trees. I learned how to decorate trees, gosh, years ago. I worked retail for a while, and being in retail, you have to learn how to merchandise and do certain things. So I learned how to do trees by doing that. So anyway, I'm going to share some of the tricks of the trade. This year I'm actually doing sort of a little collage, I guess, or forest of trees. I have a huge space over here in this corner because I want to get a particular piece of furniture, and until I do, I want to leave the space empty. So during the holidays, I actually fill it up with trees. Well, last year I had a huge tree in this area, but it was just a little more than I wanted to deal with this time. So I did 3 trees, small, medium, and large. Here's the big one, medium, and small over here. This small tree usually is in my dining room, but since I've added a couple of items in there, I don't have room for the tree, so brought it in here. And then this tree was actually one I purchased last year for my girls' room, and they want a smaller tree, so they found a home in here. So yeah, well, here they are, all decorated. My girls actually did these, and I'm going to do the one in the living room, which is in the window at the front of the house. But the lighting is really bad in there, and I wanted to show you in there, but you wouldn't be able to see anything, so I'm going to show you the trees in the den. Well, we decided to go with several different colors. And when you pick several different colors, if you arrange them right, even if you may think they don't work together, they will. On the first tree here, the smaller one, we did reds and golds. Red ribbon, or sort of almost a rich burgundy ribbon, and gold ribbon on this one. And then the larger tree, and I know the lighting is kind of sucky in here too, so if I shoot at a certain angle, you can see it a little bit better. So yeah, let me do that. So anyway, let me get that glare from the window out of it. But with this particular tree, and hopefully, I'm sorry y'all, I just want you to be able to see what I've done. I guess that helps a little. Okay, but let me zoom in. I have like burgundies, reds, golds, glitter balls, and the like on this particular tree. And I've tucked in the ribbon and so forth. So it works well along with these colors on the big tree. On this tree, and I'm hoping that the lighting is showing it, I have almost copper colors, or like a bronze copper going on here. I have a, well, I guess it's amber. It's more of an amber color. Like I have these amber acrylic ornaments. These nice little glitter stars. They're all in the same family. The picks have the greens, the amber colored berries, gold, the burgundy berries. So these colors actually pick up the colors in the smaller tree. And the ribbon is actually like a gold ribbon. And then this is actually more, it's a ribbon, but it's like a mesh ribbon. And I'm sure you've seen these where you can gather and make it look really full. So I have two kinds of ribbon. I always use two kinds, but you can use as much or as little as you want. And I also have like crystal ornaments, as you can see, with the butterfly, the angel, with this ball right here. So you just have to decide on what you want to do. What I do and what I'm going to do is try to insert the pictures. I go to the department stores, I look in magazines, and I get ideas of a theme. We always decide on a theme each year for Christmas, which is the first thing that you do, and decide what you want to do. If you want to reuse your balls from the previous year, that is totally fine. You can just change up. You may want to buy like a new roll of ribbon to complement what you already have, or you might want to use the same ribbon and buy a couple extra new packages of ornaments. It's totally on you. You don't have to go out and spend an arm and a leg, but you can add to or take away from what you already have. So I didn't buy anything this year because last year I bought some new stuff, so I just decided to kind of accentuate what I already had. So, or just sort of, I guess, rearrange and just change and mix colors. So what I did on this larger tree, this is the tree that we usually put all of our favorite ornaments and things like that on. My girls and I always try to make something for Christmas every year. So a couple years we've made ornaments. So we have those on here. You know, the older ones, the passed down ornaments, that sort of thing. So like the angels, I have these little, tiny little, let me zoom in, angels. I have those on the tree. Just little things. So how you go about getting the look that I have. First thing, decide on your theme. Second, what kind of tree. If you have a live tree, you know that you have to make sure you trim the end off once you pick it up from the hardware store. Once you get it home, immerse it in the water that has like the additive in it, or, you know, I've known people to put like 7-Up. I don't know what the 7-Up does. You know, bleach. I don't know what that does either. I don't know, but I'm not a live tree person because it's a lot of maintenance and I don't have that kind of time. But if you do, you know, that's totally up to you. But you want to make sure you have everything set up and on a nice stable stand and surface, because you don't want it tipping over. Once you get everything situated and all, you know, supported and, you know, upright, you want to make sure that the lights are on. If you have a tree that has no lights, you want to make sure that you string your lights. What I did before I bought the pre-lit trees is I would take the lights, and I guess I'll demonstrate on the little one. I would take a string of lights, make sure you have enough for the particular size tree that you have. If you have like a huge tree like I did last year, the string with 100 lights, I usually buy a couple of those and they do perfectly fine. But I think on the packaging nowadays they tell you how many ornaments you may need and how many strings of light on the box, so you'll know what to buy or use, you know, before you get started. Well, what I would do, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit, is if they don't have lights, you want to kind of make sure that you get some lights on the insides of the tree towards the stem or the base, because it'll light from within. And then you would take another string and sort of drape it as you would a garland around the tree. That's what I did. Now that I have a pre-lit tree, you don't have to worry about that because they're pretty well placed. Okay? Once you have the tree all lit, when you decorate it, plug it in so you can see the holes and the gaps and so forth. So that's what I'm going to do right now so you can see what I'm talking about. So stay tuned. I'll be right back. Okay, everybody, I'm back. I've plugged up the trees so you can get a better idea what I'm talking about. Okay, they're gorgeous. Love them, love them. Anyway, sorry about the glares, but I'll try my best not to blind you. Well, anyway, once you have your trees plugged up, you can kind of see where you want to place everything. So, once that's done, you want to, and this is what I do. Now, you can totally do what you want to do. First thing you put on the tree after the lights is the garland or your ribbon. I don't use garland a lot, but I do, you know, like the tinsel garland or, you know, the little popcorn garland or whatever you want to call it. I don't use that, but that's what you want to do next along with the ribbon. So as you can see, and let me get over here on the little tree, I think it's a little better. You want to place your ribbon accordingly. So what I do is I just tuck. I use wire ribbon because it's moldable and bendable, and you can kind of place it where it needs to go without it moving. A lot of people take wire and like wire it to the branches, but with wire ribbon, I really don't have to do that. I just kind of take a gather and I tuck. Then I make a loop with my hand, sort of like this. It's going to be hard for me to do it holding the camera, but I'll take a loop, sort of pinch it, you know, as wide or as narrow as I want it to be, and then I tuck within the tree like so. And then I kind of pull the branches around it so that it'll stay where it needs to stay. And I apologize, y'all, it's kind of difficult with the camera in my hand, but hopefully you'll get the idea. So it just stays where you want it to stay. And then you can like hang a ball right here in, you know, where the tuck is or whatever. Very easy, very simple. And you just go about your way. I kind of go in like a spiral around the tree, just tucking. Make sure that you have enough. And when you get to the end, you just start the next end of the ribbon right where you tuck that last end inside the tree. And I'm trying to see if I can find an end. I guess I've hidden it so well. It's hard to see it. But say if this was the end, well here, I'll just do it right here at the top. Just take off the star and show you, give you an idea. Here's the end of the ribbon. As you can see, I've just tucked it right, here we go. I've just tucked it right down in there. Once you get to the end, you take the other end of the ribbon that you're about to start and tuck it right here next to this one, and then you continue on your way. So that's how you do that. And like I said, you can mix and you can match and you can use as many or as little as you want. So once you get those on, the ribbon on, then you're ready to start doing your ornaments. Now if you have, and this is a trick that I kind of came up with, or I'm sure other people have done it as well, but this is what I do with balls that are like kind of scratched up or scarred up. If they're not broken to where they'll cut me or somebody, I will save them, put a hook, and I will take them and put them closest to the trunk of the tree. Now hopefully I could zoom in so you can see what I'm talking about, and I probably need to turn the lights off, but in here you can see where I've taken like really scratched up balls or whatever, and I place them as close as I can to the trunk of the tree because they'll hide the trunk. If you have like, I don't care what they say or how the pictures look on the box, they never fluff up as fluffy as they are on the picture on the box. So this is a way to camouflage the trunks and the holes. And if I can get in there, I'm sorry y'all, I really wanted to do this on my other tree, but the lighting is really bad and it's not better in here either. But as you can see, I have ornaments back there. There's the ornament back there by the tree trunk. Yeah, that camouflages your trunk. So if there's a gap that you missed, they won't see the tree, they'll actually see the ornament. So that is just a trick. So don't throw all the ugly ones away, y'all, because when they're back there, you can't really see the flaws. You only see the sparkle from the lights, and it just makes your tree look all the more fuller, so you don't see all that gap, all the gaps and all that good stuff. So that's the next thing after the ribbon. Put all the ugly ornaments by the trunk. Just place them inside the trunk. So basically all you're doing is working your way out with the ornaments. But you want the ribbon on first, because you don't want to put the ribbon on after you put the ornaments on, because it'll hide your beautiful ornaments. So once you've camouflaged your trunk, then you start, like I said, working your way out. Use different sized balls. The bigger the balls, the less you have to use, obviously. The smaller the balls, the more you use. So I vary the sizes. I use small, medium, and large. I use long, short, oblong, square, because the more sizes, the fuller it looks. So as you can see, I have round, I have dangly, I have icicle, I have handmade, I have little collectibles, just all sorts in the tree. And the more that you have, like I said, the fuller it looks. So you just work your way out. And let me zoom back out and kind of step back so you can see how full it looks when you decorate your tree. And if I can get the lighting rigged up in the living room, I'll show you how I decorate that tree, so you can get a better understanding. But I'm hoping I'm coming across okay. But as you can see, how full my tree is, because I use those methods and those techniques. Now for filler, which comes after you placing the ornaments on the tree, like if you have a few more gaps you want to hide, I use picks. Here again are the picks. You can use flowers, you can use like little, I guess, little sprigs or sprays, if you want to call them that. But I'm just using the little picks. They have the little berry beads or little whatever you want to call them on there. So that's what I use as my filler. I'm thinking about picking up some bunches of like artificial flowers and clipping those off, because they actually sell those with the clips. But you can actually do it yourself, and you actually don't have to have clips. As long as it has a wire on it, you don't necessarily need the clips to hold them on. I never have used them, so you know, why spend $1 for one flower when you can buy a bunch of flowers with probably 10 heads on it for $5 from Michael's or, you know, your craft stores, and you don't have to worry about, you know, spending an arm and a leg for just a little dinky flower clip. And then you can vary the different designs. And I'm going to show you what I mean without, hopefully, without messing up here. Well, this doesn't match this tree, but if you get like a bunch of these flowers right here, you can even find these in the dollar store, and just take a wire cutter and clip the, you know, just one flower off, you can use that as filler. So don't buy the ones in the store unless you really want to, because they're cheap looking for one. They're expensive and overpriced for another, and you can do this yourself and come out a whole lot cheaper. So yeah, this bunch probably was like $2 in the Dollar Tree. I mean, actually not the Dollar Tree, but the craft store. And my intention is for my tree, because it's going to be silver and blue in the living room, is to clip these off and use these as filler on that particular tree. But yeah, so that's just a trick for a filler. So trying to hold this box so it won't fall over. Okay, but yeah, on these trees, or this particular one, I just use picks, as you can see, and I just poked them in. I didn't clip them because they're wire. Either they'll stick and just fall just where you want them on the branches, or you can sort of manipulate and bend the wire and it'll stick without using the clips. So that is a trick to camouflage holes. on your tree. And I'm hoping, y'all, I'm not blinding you with these lights. So what I'm gonna do, let me unplug one. Okay, so there, that's a little better. Okay, this tree, of course, has the traditional colors on it. And I have, again, little dangly ornaments like these mixed with inexpensive balls. You can mix expensive with cheap, you know. It's on you. You can buy all cheap and make it look fabulous like I have. But anyway, just create, you know, use your imagination, come up with all kinds. I mean, you know, nowadays it's just whatever your little heart desires. And like, again, here's the ribbon. I've just looped it and draped it around, 2 different ones, and just added my ornaments, you know. So yeah, and you just tuck. So nothing major, it's no science, it's just little tips and hints to get you through. So yeah, and I love it. I love it. I love it. So let me see. Let me make sure I think I've covered everything. Oh yeah, the topper, tree toppers. On this tree, I have just a traditional old star topper. A lot of people put angels on their tree. And here, let me kind of put my hand back there. But it's just a sparkly little topper. And what I'm going to do is actually put some ribbon right here to camouflage this area. So it won't look so boring up there. But you don't necessarily have to use a tree topper. You can use a big ribbon bow or whatever. You can also put sprigs here, and that's what I did for my big tree. I just have a bunch of sprigs just stuck down in the top of the tree and in the place of a topper. So you've seen that before as well, or you can combine the two, put a star like this one right here, and then put the sprigs around it to fill in. You know, it's up to you. You can put your angel up there, whatever you want to do. It is your house, your tree, you do what you want to do. This one, I actually have a glitter star on this one, and I don't think I need to add anything to this because the ribbon sort of fills it up. So yeah, so just different things that you can do for the top. And again, I'm going to try to insert some pictures of trees that I've decorated, you know, for retail, you know, that I did when I worked retail. So yeah, you'll get an idea of what I've done for past trees and the like. So yeah, this is not finished, but I'm almost there. It's just, it takes time. You know, you can rush through it, you know, and get a decent looking tree. I think I started on this tree yesterday. I did the ribbon. My girls put the balls and everything on. So I'm going to do the finishing touches by putting the like ribbon bow on the little one and putting my skirts down. And you don't have to go out and buy, you know, massive expensive tree skirts. You can go to the fabric store, get probably 1.5 yards, 2 yards of fabric, and pull that around your tree, and you're done. And that's like, depending on the fabric, between $2 and $5 a yard for some nice beautiful fabric to go around. So that's what I'm going to do. And once I finish, I will show you guys how everything turned out, and you'll see how fabulous the trees look. So by that time it'll be nighttime and they'll probably show up a little better, but I just wanted to give you an idea, because like I said, sometimes you don't have the time to go out and, you know, buy new things and spend on your tree, you know, whatever. I'm lucky I have my girls to help me do certain things, and I like taking my time doing it. But if you're on the run, those were a couple of tricks and tips that you can use to kind of get your tree all put together and everything. And also what I'm going to do is show you how to add a little holiday touch to other rooms of your house. Next room I'm going to show you is the kitchen, because I changed that out as well for the holiday. So yeah, if there are any questions too, please hit me up, you know, in the comment portion down below or in my inbox, and I'll be glad to help you. Again, I've done this for years. Love it, love it, love it. I mean, this is my time of year, so if I can help you with anything, feel free to ask or make suggestions. If you want me to try to show you how to do something for the holidays, feel free to do that as well. So yeah, those are my 3 little trees, my forest of trees in the den. So yeah, again, hopefully you enjoyed it. And until the next video, I will see you then. Bye, y'all.